Pirates, are you ready to see a champion right before your eyes? We got the One Piece trading card game cup. Now each one is going to go against each other to the very end, and we will crown a champion. A champion that is going to be the best booster pack that ever came out from One Piece. Could it be the original? Could it be the newest one? Could it be an anniversary set, an extra booster, a premium booster? Or is it going to be the least unexpected one? This is randomly set. You know what's not randomly set? That subscribe button. Hit it now, like the vid, because we're going to be picking a champion. A One Piece trading card game champion booster pack. So we have, remember chat, from every booster packs that One Piece TCG has released, every booster pack, it's going to start with Romance Dawn, and it'll end. These two don't count because they're not out yet. It'll end with OP16 Time of Battle. Alrighty chat, are you ready for what I would like to call as the One Piece TCG Cup? Now it is quite simple. So here are the rules for it. There's 4 rules, and what this is, at these 4 rules, I guess kind of outweigh which booster box or which booster pack is better than the other. So let's say, for example, Wings of the Captain is against Memorial Collection. So we would look at these two, right? We could click each one, kind of get an idea of what was added at the time, when it came out, what was the special cards. Obviously they all had the same price, so that's not going to really care for that. We're going to look at these two. We're going to look at artwork, value. What does value mean? Pretty much means which one is worth more, not by TCG cents, but rather by, if someone said, hey, I got a box of Memorial Collection, or I got a box of Wings of the Captain, which one sounds like, whoa, like I care more for this one over this one? Like exactly that. I care more for Memorial Collection over Wings of the Captain. That's what pretty much value is. Aura. What is aura? Similar. Pretty much it means if you were out in the wild at a card shop or somewhere like that, and you see a pack of Memorial Collection, or you see a pack of 500 years in the future, and you see another pack of Romance Dawn, which one is like, I gotta buy that one? Which one is where your best friend says, hey, let's rip some packs, and guess what packs I have? And they say Emperors in the New World, or they say Awakening in the New Era. Which one sounds like, dude, that's insane, you have that one? That's aura. They kind of like, it's a little weird the way they're said, but that's what they mean. Pool rates is literally the last one, and it's really done for just in case the others tie. And the reason for that is because the pool rates is pretty much similar for all of them. Some didn't have them, some had them later, some added more, the god packs, some added the mangas. So it's not all, one's better than the other to say. It's very rare. All right, time to randomize. So we're gonna hit it a few times, as many times. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. There we go. It's all set. All right, now we will start. So we'll start with the first one up here. We'll go through this list, then we'll keep going back and forth all the way to the very end. OP15 versus EBO, OP15 EBO4 versus OP01. Have OP01 here, guys. Romance Dawn, the first ever One Piece booster box that came out. Now, be aware, the reason I didn't want to include playability was because these are no longer playable. So don't think about it that way. We're looking in terms of artwork, we're looking in terms of aura, and we're looking in terms of value. Now, OP01, it's like most pretty much has been ripped already. Let's say that. OP15 came out recently. We got obviously a new leaders, secret rares. Obviously, we know these cards are seeked out so much. Alternate events, the manga of but I feel like we need to give credit to the first one. Had Romance Dawn not carried at the beginning, we wouldn't be seeing One Piece TCG the way it is now. we wouldn't be seeing these guys. And even though there's little cards in here, it still is the first pack. And I feel like just because it's the first one, and I know it's going to be hated on that, but the first one, OP15 EBO4 versus OP01. The winner is OP01. Because the reason for OP01's win is the existence of it. The fact that it started off the entire TCG. So we have, here we go. OP03 is starting it off versus OP13. And look at this. This is how much OP13 is held in the highest. There's a whole video placed because obviously the three brothers, Sabu, Ace, and Luffy. So we know who's winning. That was not even a contest. That was Nuclear Bomb versus Coughing Baby. OP13 moves. Next up, OP02 versus OP12. Paramount War. And let's be honest, chat, I believe that most of the early sets will be losing quickly. That's my prediction. My prediction is the winner. I can't say my prediction of the winner because it's going to be biased, right? So we look at Legacy of the Masters. We got these leader cards, right? We kind of see who's coming in. Power-ups. Pretty much, it's literally staying consistent. Although I will like to say that these don't always point out the mangas. You look right here, the Legacy of the Masters, having it higher. There's the Ace manga, Paramount War. You got Bonnie for Legacy. You can see the Sanji. Ultimately, if we're looking at value, the Ace is still up there, right? It's up there. The SPs from Legacy of the Masters are up here. Jewelry Bonnie's up here. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more coming from Paramount War, and anything higher is because of how old it is. Paramount War has a unique style to it. They all have that style. Like every single one that you see that says Paramount War, you could connect it to the other Paramount War. Every single one. Legacy of the Masters is not really outshining in terms of artwork. Now we move it to value, same thing. The pull rates are really not mattering here because we're going with OP02. OP06 versus OP07. So we have here OP06, Wings the Captain. We got some new stuff added in, right? You could see him here. New cards. These two guys. Lovely. Then you got this one. OP07. Not bad. Egghead arc. This is looking nice. Now we look at terms of the cards, right? Artwork. There's some mangas here. Wings of the Captain, 500 years in the future. SPs, that one looks amazing. If it ever loads. Look, that's SP, 500 years in the future. That one, 386 for a damage foiled. Come on, we know why. 500 years in the future does it well. You got this one. And you got this one. Now, same thing, you got another one here. But there is some SPs from Wings of the Captain that are nice too. We looked at both and we say which one's better. We go with what's carrying. And Wings of the Captain just seems to be there more. The Zoro is just up there. And even though you could say the Nami, it has a treasure rare also from Wings of the Captain. So we're moving on with Wings of the Captain. The final one of this group is Premium Booster 2 versus EBO3, the Heroines. Now, if we look at this is what makes it hard, chat. You got the Premium Booster right here, the best. What it does is a deluxe pack with guaranteed SRs or higher. Every pack contains one of those, SR card or better. New players upgrade their deck instantly. Fan favorites are added. Right? New cards too. 30 different Dons. Every Don card has an alt art version, which is insane. Normal, alt, super. That's literally for premium boosters. Heroines is insane. These are literally two, once again, fighting each other that are huge, high leveled. Vivi is actually a leader, right? You get this lineup, and the fact that these are all heroines. 9 SP cards are here, and every single one of these is great. Includes 4 types, and there's an alt. Now that is going to be difficult, chat. There's also an event. Are you serious? Normal and an alt. Get Sanji being here. Chat, why do we have to do this? I don't want to see either or leave. I would love to have seen them in the semis or the quarters. I think what hurts premium boosters, and it should hurt them because it is obvious, is that, come on, chat. These cards have came out before. Like, not trying to be a hater, but these cards have been released before. They have different looks. That's great. But they have been released. We got new cards. 30 different Dawn. I feel like it's not even a fight. I'm trying to find a way to attack. What makes heroines so great is the SPs. This alone should have carried them to the semis. This alone. But you have a Morocco versus Netherlands situation, chat. But we know who has to move on, chat. It's not fair. It's not fair. I would have loved to have seen them move forward, but it's not going to happen. BO1, OPO1. Now we can move to something good. I feel like some are going to have it so easy and some aren't, because we're going with Memorial Collection. First extra booster versus the first booster set release for One Piece. Now we look at it. Obviously, 3 multis added. Cards that power up the old decks. And that's all they're showing. Now let's look at it, chat. Romance Dawn, you had Shanks. Here you have Chopper. Then it goes again, parallels of Romance Dawn. But if we're looking at artwork, you got the Mr. 2 here. You got this sun. Well, that's actually Romance Dawn. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going, chat. I mean, we could see one OPO1 still moving forward. We could see that happening. I think we're going with the chat. EBO1 moves on still, somehow. OPO5 versus OP14. So we got here. What is this, chat? This was the first anniversary. The first anniversary is filled with things you don't want to miss, like card featuring Ichiro Oda's new illustration, Sky Island Saga, Revolution Army. You got these here. Let's just look at those cards, chat. And can you say otherwise? That we're like A-okay. Not moving forward with this. For the first time, a card has a new illustration. Right? Number 2, you got some new characters. OP08, OP13. 2 Legends has been not that great, as you guys know. So we kind of know who wins this. OP13. My strongest thing, chat, is unless they face each other, I think we would definitely see the anniversary sets in the semis or the quarterfinals. I can see the premium booster moving too. EBO3 was meant to be there, but because it had such a rough drive, I guess a rough move, it kind of never got the shot. Next up is Wings of the Captain versus Premium Booster number 1. Now Premium Booster literally had the new cards added in, a brand new Sanji leader, 30 brand new Dons, but if you compare it to Premium Booster 2, not really there. If we look Wings of the Captain, we know Wings of the Captain. You had the manga. Ultimately, chat, we can safely say that unless Premium Booster had something that's so great, the thing, chat, is that when I'm kind of confused is that this card was reprinted from the original set without the original textured foil. Because you're an OP05, right? OP05 card. But you're re-released on the Premium Booster. Am I not incorrect about that? The best premium booster, Monkey D. Luffy from OP05. I mean, Wings of the Captain, you have you have a lot of manga opportunity. Look, I know this sounds crazy because they're mangas regardless. And you have, honestly, a lot of mangas that were really released from different boosters. But that might carry it. They're mangas. And you have opportunities for mangas that are still high ranking. Premium Booster 1 moves on. OP11, EBO2. So Extra Booster, Anime 25th Edition versus a Fist of Divine Speed. So we have a Fist of Divine Speed here. New cards. Archetype from the previous set. Variety of new leaders. This is where the Nami came. Right. LP11. Then we got Anime 25th Collection. That's the EBO2. Special booster related to the 25th anniversary. New cards. The all-new leader is here. Plus cards inspired the iconic theme song used in anime. We are... Dude, that's cool. That's cool. Now, if we look at this in terms of it, they all came back, right? These are SPs. They're just shiny. They're like practically shiny. That's the difference. There's gold marking on each of these leaders. I mean, look at this though. A Fist of the Divine Speeds. You have this Luffy one. You got a manga though from the extra booster. We look at Aura, same thing. And I'm a little biased because Ludwig was opening this one time. Even though, if we look at it, there is some good ones. Like this one is really good from A Fist of Divine Speed. This SP is insane. Ultimately, chat, we're going with EBO2. The extra boosters, man, they be carrying hard. OP04 versus Premium Booster 3. The chat, oh my, I gave a freebie. There is no 3. I gave a freebie. There's no 3. OP04 moves on because there is no 3. I was going to put EBO3 here, but it's pointless because EBO3 would probably outrank it, but it'll face off one of these two, and if PRBO2 gets there, it'll be the same thing. PRBO2 versus OP10. Now we know this is the Premium Booster number 2, and we know OP10. Now we look at OP10 versus Premium Booster 2, we kind of know who moves on. Respectfully, even though OP10 could have potential, it's just not going to be that great compared to Premium Booster 2. And if we go back up, OP01 versus OP05. Chat, who is the better one? The first ever booster box released, Romance Dawn, versus the first anniversary, Awakening of the New Era. Which is the better box? Now, we kind of already know which is the better box. I don't want to say it, but we know it. It shouldn't be such a fast battle, but nothing could compare to Awakening of the New Era at the moment. Romance Dawn started it off and we salute it, but Awakening of the New Era is going to be moving on. Oh, I almost sent the wrong one. Awakening of the New Era. Oh man, we missed this one. What am I doing, chat? OP02 versus OP09. So, Emperors of the New World, you got another Shanks. You got another Shanks. And a Monkey and Luffy. You got a Buggy. You got a Teach. And you also got the wanted posters of Shanks, Luffy, Buggy, and Teach. Emperors. Emperors of the New World. Marking the 2nd anniversary, the 4 new Emperors make their entrance. You got Buggy, right? Oh, why are they showing the photos? You got Teach. You got Luffy. And you got Shanks. Now you got some mangas that came in too. And then who? Goldie Roger. Well, you got Goldie Roger. And the manga Goldie Roger. Well, I guess it ends already, chat. There's no fighting it. OP09 moves. That was so fast, and we're gonna have a big battle, chat. OP13 versus OP09. Now, this is the insane thing, chat. Why are these two battling it out? Why are these two the 2nd anniversary and the 3rd anniversary? Carrying on his will, reaching the 3 brothers, or the 4 emperors of the new world. Which is the better one, chat? Which is the better one? Which one is the one that outperforms the other? You got the 3, right, which we're aware of. Then you got the reds. Obviously, it doesn't end there. Why would it? Emu is there. You got the 5 elders. How can it end there? As we add new characters to the list. You get a wanted, a wanted, a wanted, and a wanted. It had to be with Goldie Roger and the 3 brothers. Now I don't know why I'm talking that way. We got this, also these ones here. I mean, come on. This is insane. These are what the 3rd anniversary holds. And now, as we know, carrying on his will is one that everyone seeks out, right? Most of the scalpers go for that. But Emperors of the New World, look at this. Shanks, Teach, Buggy, Monkey D. Luffy. I mean, how can that not be like? And you got Goldie Roger, and just to add it on top, you got this one. And you got, Lemon, Nico, Robin, but those are great too. You got these SPs. You got the 4 emperors. Now I know this is gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound harsh. And I know this is all my opinion, chat, and I know I'm gonna get blasted. But I will say that OP09 versus OP13 are rightfully 2 of the greatest ones we got here. And rightfully so, because they're anniversaries. But OP09 versus OP13 has one clear winner, chat. And it is not by a long shot, but by a margin. A so small margin. OP09 moves on. Insane, I know, but it's because if you compare it, Emperors of the New World had some crazy stuff. Yes, we got mangas from there. And yes, we continued, and we keep giving Shanks new mangas over and over again. But they're so great. You got a Goldie Roger one, and they complement each other, chat. The 4 emperors right here, and I know that if we move on, you got some red ones for each one, right? You got red ones for each one. I get that, I do, but the Goldie Roger is something that you can't ignore. And I know, chat, the wanted posters, same thing. They're great, dude. Honestly, I should collect them all once I actually ever get money. But we move on. Premium Booster versus EBO 2. Now we now have animated 25th edition. And of course, we have Premium Booster number 1. Now, it's going to be quite simple. We're going with Extra Booster 2. OP04 versus Premium Booster number 2. OP04, if you guys recall, OP04 wasn't the... It's probably literally... How is it even... How is this moving so fast? Right, because they got a freebie practically. That's where extra... That's where the heroine should have been. Heroine should have been here. And if this is fighting... Premium Booster 2... It's not even... Let's just move on, chat. We know Premium Booster 2. If it knocked out heroines, it moves on. Semis have started. The semifinals. OP05. OP09. First anniversary versus second anniversary. EBO2 versus Premium Booster 2. Move on. And it's going to be a quicker, chat. Nothing could compare to Premium Booster 2. Nothing could... Well, actually, that one's actually made it. I can't move that fast. Emperors of the new world. Awakening to the new era. Now, don't get it wrong. I know that if we look at it, wait, card text misprint and corrections notice. Let's not, don't mess it up, chat. Don't mess it up. All right, website, don't mess it up. You got a Luffy that Oda drew. He did that with the Dodger one, I think, the first one. Then you got some other ones. Manga and SPs. The 3 mangas, but I know they're great. But if we compare it to these guys with their 4 mangas, with the Goldie Roger who keeps carrying it on, the SPs that are probably mogging their SPs, you got these 6 SPs, and you got these ones, and I think these 3 could, let's be honest, chat, these could mog the other ones. It'll be close. Now they can't. Then it's not really a mog, but these 4 wanted posters, they take the dub. It shouldn't be that close. OP13 had a bigger fight, but that's how it's gonna go. So we have a 3rd place match: EBO2 versus OPO5. Extra booster anime 25th versus the 1st anniversary, but we know the 1st anniversary wins the game and takes 3rd place home. This is your 3rd place champion, chat, of the One Piece Trading Game Card Cup. Next up was a finale, and it should be these 2. I would have loved to see Hero Wins up there. I would have loved it. OPO9 versus Premium Booster 2. What is that? That is this. That is this. And it rightfully is, because deluxe pack guaranteed SR or higher. You got new favorite cards coming back with new looks. New cards. Dawn for every single one. The alts are amazing. And it flooded the market, and they're all high because they should be. SPs. Sanji. But when you're facing someone like this, Teach, Buggy, Luffy, and Shanks. Can we also all admit that Shanks is still from the first 4 and now the new 4? Like, bro's OP. And who else besides Goldie Roger? Look at that. And if we could, unfortunately, I love Sanji, but Sanji gets mogged by a lot there, and there's no comparing. And when you add their SPs, that's 6. And you get some here. But these are still like, these are literally like the type of thing that's on the wall. And these 2. Chat, we have a winner. We have a winner on who is the One Piece Trading Card Game Cup champion. It is none other than OPO9. This is your best one. Now, it's going to create some uproar because we know OP13 and obviously OP17 is coming, and we do know that if we also compare, I keep bringing Hero Wins, but I thought Hero Wins was amazing. But honestly, this carries it all. This is the starting. OP15 versus EBO4. OPO1. Next one, OP13 versus OPO3. 13-1. 2 versus 12. 2-1. 6 versus 7. 6-7. I didn't do it on purpose. 6-1. 2 Premium Booster 2 versus EBO3. 2-1. 2 versus 10. 2-1. 4 versus 3 that didn't exist. 4 automatically took the default win. 11 versus 2. 2-1. Premium Booster 1 versus 6. 1-1. 2 versus 9. 9. 8 versus 13. 13. The third anniversary moves. OPO5 versus OP14. We saw 5 versus OPO1. The original versus the first anniversary. First anniversary moves forward. Second anniversary versus third anniversary. Second anniversary moves forward. PBR1, EBO2. Anime 25th moves on. OPO4, Premium Booster 2, Premium Booster Mogged. I don't know why it's my new favorite word for the moment. Mogged Hero Wins. And that's what we saw. Premium Booster 2 versus EBO2 for semis. Premium Booster 2 moved on. EBO2 went to third as OPO9 versus OPO5. First anniversary, second anniversary. Wasn't easy. A little easier than OP13. So we saw third place being OPO5 first anniversary versus Extra Booster its 25th anniversary. A lot of anniversaries here, Chad. And OPO5 won for third place. That's your third place medal. Second place, first place. These two fought for it. Premium Booster 2, OPO9. And OPO9 wins it all. Emperors in the New World is the number one. And this treasure One Piece TCG Cup. That is your winner, chat. Emperors in the New World. Let me know in the comments whether you agree with it or if you don't agree with it. Let me know. This is insane how they moved on so much. Let me know if you guys got any ideas or who you think would have won. I know it was kind of crazy, but you know, I didn't rig it, unfortunately. I would have loved to seen Hero Wins move to the top, but these are insane. My wallet will never be fat enough for me to get these cards, but if they ever were, the wanted ones are my favorite. Out of these four, I don't know who I would take. I don't know who I would take. See you guys on the next one, chat.